This is match 14, as you heard, between the NT Strike and the ACT Comets. Earlier we had the bat flip between the two captains, Darcy Short and Scott Mern, and it was, let's have a quick look at it here, the ACT Comets who won, and they decided to have a bowl first. So it will be the NT Strike padding up and having a bat trying to set a competitive total today. Here is the NT Strike side, and we have two changes coming in: Jai Ullman and Sam Elder for their first matches of the series, replacing Jacob Dickman, the first drop, and Kane Richardson, the handy quick bowler. Meanwhile, for the ACT Comets, they have also had two changes. In coming Nick Allen at the top of the order, as well as Lewis Evans, a handy bowler. Game 14 about to get underway, and opening the batting for NT Strike will be Darcy Short. So far, he's scored 51 runs in a man of the match display in the first game. He will be opening up sort of from the, I think it's a bit of a northwestern end here at Kezali's Stadium in Palmerston. About to get underway. And first ball of the day. Good slash at it. That's going through, beating the fielders and through for a boundary. So only took him one ball to warm up for it, and then he was happy to have a slash. Another slash. That one has found a fielder at mid-wicket. Relatively tight despite that second ball boundary from Short. Another block. They'll push through for a quick single. Tight fielding needed to be. Umpire will come and reset the bails there. Big slash or goes through the fingertips. Will be fielded. They'll push through. Just gotten one, and Weatherald off strike finally gets a run on the board as well. He'd be happy with that start, albeit a little bit nervous. And a slash again from Short. That had reached the boundary line relatively easily. Just caressing it over through square leg. Another slash, but didn't quite hit it right. Bounced off the pitch itself and then through to a fielder and cover point. Probably one of the better performances against the Melbourne Renegades in what was a really low scoring total they ended up with. And he comes now. That one called wide. Your umpires today, Ahmed Khan. That one's lofted again, beats the fielders relatively easy. It'll slowly make its way, but surely, to the boundary line. And that one, Jake Weatherald's first boundary of the day as well. So NT Strike slowly building their run total up now. That one's gone high and caught. So Weatherald, he managed one boundary, and that was all. Although umpire Khan just having a word, we might have a no ball here, meaning. And that's another big slash, beats the fielders. That'll push out. Will that be over the whole way? I think it might be. So the first six of the day as well goes to the Strike captain, Darcy Short. And that will take him up to 16. Massive hit, but at the same time, hit it relatively easily as looks like he sent Zach Keogh down the hill to go ball hunting. And he comes now. They'll get a quick single out of that one. In comes Evans again. And he's bowled in. Jake Weatherald out now. 6 off 8 he's managed. And again, he hasn't quite found his footing in this tournament so far. Sends him back to the sheds. NT strike now on 1 for 26 off 3.5 overs. Referred to as the left-handed Chris Lynn. Just a little pop down. And they squeeze through for 1. Carroll off the mark now. NT strike 1 for 27. Now short facing Evans. Good drive, not too much to it, just chases into a fielder. And again, straight back to him. Now that we're out of that power surge, more fielders are allowed outside of that centre circle. And that one is just poked outside that circle. There's 2 fielders, a little bit of a misfield there, picked up now by Smith. He'll throw it back into the middle. That one out at mid-wicket, or just beyond. Beaten one fielder, tight on the boundary, or just kept it alive. Very well done there. Slash at that one. That one pushed out to mid-wicket. Picked up by the sweeper though, and very good fielding back to the keeper. Again, they just pushed through. That last one was for a 2, and another 2 there. So 5 off the over so far from Bronco, 1 left to come. That one pushed down again, clears the fielders, rolling away to the boundary line. Can they stop it there? No, just gets through. Gee, they pushed and pushed, didn't they? But they just weren't. Crack at that one. Oh, a little bit of a misfield, won't have any impact. The batsman happy to call the over there. Just a single. This time short, he's gone down. That'll be caught out. Caught there from Nick Allen. Just at long off. And that will spell the end for, it is for Darcy Short, the NT strike captain for the NT strike team. They'll be very happy to have him. So this will be Jordan Silk. Wanting to get straight into it on full toss. Just grounds it, pushes through for 1. I think we've got 1 more ball to come from Smith here in this 7th over. Safely that time from Carroll, just pushes through for a single. And off that one, 15 runs from the over. Takes the total up 2 for 58. Is beaten. The field is very well placed by Carroll to get towards the boundary line. They're pushing. Just got it in time, I think. Great work there from Hogan. In fact, it was from Nick Brose and also from Zach Keogh, just getting it back there. Again, just pokes it through. Will be met up by the fly slip and then pushed back into the pitch. Another single from the over. Rose coming in for number 2. And that one pushing it out to mid-on. Nothing from it. one heel drive along the ground, going towards the boundary line, and picks a spot between long off and long on, just a straight hit straight down the ground. Gnody had to keep it along the ground there. Again, just keeps it grounded. Pushing out, met by long off. And I think that'll be another single to about 160, which would be significantly greater than what the Comets have scored so far in this competition. 161 in the first game they managed, a 7-wicket loss, and 106 on Saturday against the Renegades. Good slash, that's beaten the first ring. Well fielded there though from Nick Allen. Contained it within the rope. And again, another single, 4 so far in Palmerston. Bang, that one's gone out and caught their cover point, and that will be the end of Silk. 13 off 12. And Skelly claims his first wicket of the afternoon. Elder Will, first of all, wearing number 11, legs 11, if that means anything to you. Otherwise, Tracy Village player, is a promising young batter and spinner. He's hit 189 runs. Has a crack at that one. Pushes it out over fine leg. Out over square leg, sorry. Fielded back well from Lewis Evans. Just gets the one, but again, off the mark. Slashes it through short mid-wicket. Picked up by the sweeper and pushed back. They'll pick up another single off that. Bang. Sweeps along the ground, and finally they get their first boundary since that 9th over. That one pushed out. They'll go for 2. Oh, this one needs to be on target, and it wasn't. Was over the top, and they have squeezed through for 2 there. Still 4 off the over. Or continue to edge his way towards it. Oh, he's gone for the clean sweep. There you go, along the ground. That'll be 4 runs, and that will be his half-century. That one has gone straight down the line. Oh, and I think it's just bounced inside the rope. 4 runs. Continues on to 54. Maybe now they're going to start to try and build towards a bigger total. A single thrown in there from Carroll as well. Oh, big swing. Doesn't make connection. Well caught there by Marin. What can we tell you about Zach Marin, a tidy wicket keeper? Gee, that's a big bang. Is that going to be caught? I think it might be. Bang. So there you go. The power surge claims another. That one caught by the captain, Scott Mearn. And Carroll will go out for 55. He made his half-century. And only 5 runs more. That will spell the end for him. In the way with ball in hand. Gee, that's a good one. That's cleared. And Andrews, with his first ball, finds the rope. Gee, another good one. He clears the fielders and over for 4 again. So 8 runs so far. Maybe he's come in as a designated big hitter. Oh, big hit. I think he might have found a fielder. He has. So it was short-lived. In fact, that was Elder who's gone now. Squeezed in a quick single, and then Elder, he faces the music as well. 9 off 11. 9 off 12 now. Wait, though. They managed to cross over. And Andrews just pops it up. Is that going to be caught as well? Oh, it is. So suddenly, Rahman, he's on a hat-trick. But he'll have to wait because that's the end of his over. In fact, no, it was the end of an over, so it's Evans who's taken that wicket. They're on a team hat-trick, though. Bang, that one's gone over the top. Through to fine leg. Keeper's having to chase it all the way there to the rope. He's diving, but it won't quite be enough, and that goes over. So Hammond finally off the mark with a boundary. Hammond's going to do. He's going to have a crack. That one, I think it'll be met by the fielder. It will, so it won't be a boundary line. They just squeeze a single in through there. Pushed out and caught, or not caught, but gathered at mid-wicket while they can. That one's a big hit. That'll go high, though. I don't think it'll be caught. It's grounded. He's picked a hole in the field there, and I think they've pushed through for two more. And that'll be the end of the over there. 9 off it. 1 over left to come in this innings. 6 for 140, I think. We're on 138. G's gone with a little bit of a spin around there, and that'll meet the boundary line. That's exactly what NT Strike want. Oh, and he's bowled. He's tried to be a bit too cute there. And Evans picks up his 3rd wicket. This time, Cadell McMahon, just as he was trying to build something and add some more runs to his team's total. And that means that there's 3 wickets left to come and 3 balls. So they might as well go down swinging. McMahon 7 off 7 in the end. What can he make from them? Coming in now, Hamish Martin. Oh, big swing there, but he didn't collect anything on the way through. As I said, Martin typically a left-arm orthodox, I think he was. But in yesterday's game, 31 off 23, and that was their 2nd highest score for the day. So, proving that he knows these grounds pretty well. He does play for the Palmerston Cricket Club in the Darwin and District Cricket Competition. We're here at Ghazali's Arena in Palmerston. They're going to go for a quick single there, and good calling there from Hammond. It's 2 of the superstars, the local competition at the crease at the moment, Hammond and Martin. That one by. 1 ball left to come in this first innings, and it'll be Matt Hammond going for it. What can he do with this one? They won't make 150, you wouldn't think. Miracle needs to happen for that. He's going to have a big swing, though. He's picked out a spot, and they're going to run. They're going to keep going. They're going to keep going, and they've made it through safely for 2. So NT Strike will finish 7 for 145. The ACT Comets will be chasing 146 in the Battle of the Territories here. That is gettable for the Comets. Their first game, they managed 161 and they fell short, but they're still chasing their first victory in this top-end series for NT Strike. Meanwhile, well, they'll have to try and defend it. That's what they've got to do over the next 20 overs of game time. We will bring you that second innings after a short break here at Ghazali's Arena in Palmerston for the Top End Series 2025. Looking at the strike scoreboard at the moment. 𝗬𝗪cy short 29 off 23 before he popped one up. Jake Weatherall, as I said, disappointing 6 off 9. Connor Carroll, the top scorer, 55 off 41. Jordan Silk, 13 from 13. Sam Elder, 9, and then a few 9s in there as well. It seemed like a lot of the strike batsmen, well, they were just sort of trying to go at a run of ball. Carroll definitely seemed a designated hitter. Looking at some of the bowlers there, a big spread of wickets, or of bowlers I should say. Lewis Evans, the pick of the bunch, with 3 off 4 overs and only conceding 14. Also like the work of SM Rahman, 2 wickets off 2 overs, and he conceded 22. Match 14 of the top end series, the top end T20 series, brought to you by Tourism NT. I am 𝗏𝗚, and it looks like it's going to be Tom Menzies starting the bowling today for the NT strike side. So far, 0 for 17, and in yesterday's game, 4 for 18. That was his bowling figures. In he comes for the first ball. And bang, what a big hit there to start off. It's a wicket though. First ball. And SM Rahman, I think it was, is gone. No, Nick Allen, it is gone. That one will hit the ground straight off and then beat the fielder and could be through for a boundary. It will be. So the ACT side from the boundary line. Still just waiting to get off the mark. Maybe a false start with that boundary line. Today's game. Oh, that one will be pushed out to Hammond. It falls short. Maybe a bit slow off the mark. Oh, that one's sort of come off the wrong angle, but it's hit the ground and gone through to deep gully. It's his first game of the tournament. Bang, big crack. Oh, grounded that one as well. Maybe let them off the hook with a couple of lapses early. NT strike. That one that time was to Carroll. So another slash. That one has beaten Jai Ullman, and that will go for another boundary line. So ACT, maybe they're looking at this total and thinking the best way for us to get onto it. Oh, that one is caught out. So it wasn't to be. Instead, 7 caught behind gets involved. Check this out. Menzies picks up his second with that, the NT strike side. That one hit over square leg. Well fielded there by Silk, and again, they're just trying to keep that run rate down. You mentioned how you would have liked some more runs scored as well, with that total in the end just 145. It sort of looks like, apart from Connor Carroll, no one could really quite seem to get comfortable. Darcy Short, maybe he sort of was, but then he sort of went just as he was finding his feet. Was that sort of a problem with the wicket here as well?
It's a dot from Tommy Menzies out to cover. Yeah, I think actually the first of all, it's credit to the ACT bowlers. I think they changed their pace exceptionally well, and we probably just found ourselves going a little bit hard at times and not reading the conditions to the best of our ability. But I think 150 probably would have been about par. So big ground, slower outfield than what you would see at DXC or.
He's gone with the reverse there. Very good shot there, Trent.
Nice shot. Yeah, it's difficult to score, I think, with the field. 3 out of the leg, long on, deep mid wicket, deep back.
Ooh. And the umps called that. I think you called that first, Trent.
Yep.
Be very happy with that.
It's hit him on the full, I think.
So the captain, he gets a wicket. I think that might be his second or third. I think he took a couple out at Fred's pass yesterday. Let's see what the book says.
That's 6.
Crack. That one is cleared the rope and cleared the fence. Another one out there towards deep mid-wicket. And with that power surge that's coming from the BBL, do you sort of tend to notice that the batsmen who've played in the Big Bash competition tend to deal with the pressure of it a little bit better as well? Another one bites the dust. This time it is 𝗧 the danger man, gone for 12 off 12 balls. And that means the ACT Comets now sitting at 4 for 40 after 7.5 overs. Another one, that one goes to Tom Andrews, his first of the day, Trent.
Yep, nice bit of bowling. Probably typical of the conditions. I think that scorecard, it's difficult to get in when the bowling is change of pace, spin or pace, and the speeds are changed. It's very hard to get going and find some fluency. And kind of did a good job to get 51. Probably would have liked him to kicked on a little bit more, but Darcy's in again now with his left arm leggies. Just bounced.
Another close one there. Hit up there from Bros into mid-off. And with a lot of the pitches up here, Trent, I imagine, particularly here, 𝐾𝐨𝐮 Gardens is another one which at the moment probably looking greener than people would expect. But how do you sort of prepare for them and adjust to them as each game goes on, given you're playing every second day? Oh, as that one just sneaks through.
Yeah, it's just gone past semi-L to 4 backward point there. Probably went over his hand, to be honest. In terms of Gardens and out here at 𝗃𝐨𝐮, I think you just need to assess the conditions on the fly and communicate back to the dressing room. Cut. Just one.
And Trent, with the format of the competition at the moment, you don't get to play everyone once. You only get to play those 6 games. Do you think it'd be good to one day see a competition where you can play everyone once?
I think I quite like the draw at the moment in terms of you don't necessarily play every team, as you were saying, but the length of the tournament at the moment for what it is probably spot on. I reckon if we were to extend that to playing everyone, it's obviously the resourcing and staff and all the finances and that, and extending the tournament by another week.
He does like that reverse, doesn't he? He goes for it again. That'll nearly make it to the line, not quite.
He does like that shot. It's been very successful for him today as well.
Squeezed in 3 there. Oh. And they've gotten him there. Eventually it caught up with him. Hogan, very admirable, 24 from 27 deliveries there. Ultimately out off Hamish Martin, the local boy, the captain of the Palmerston Cricket Club, and he would love that.
Nice start.
And from a bowling perspective, obviously the ideal situation would be what Pakistan did the other night, where they took a few wickets in that power surge.
Back of the hand, slow ball straight up. Cadell McMahon's under that. That's gone so high. And it's out. 12 bowl.
So that spells the end for Nick Bros. 15 off 16 deliveries, and ACT moved to 6 for 87 after 15 overs. 59 required from 30 balls. It is doable, but that run rate has suddenly escaped out to almost 2 per ball, almost 12 and over, Trent. You'd be pretty happy looking at that score line at the moment. Captain Scott Mearn, he's just been joined by Jake Smith. Oh, and they've stumped him. First ball, the umpire has called it, and suddenly it's 2 fresh legs at the crease. Scott Mearn went for 3 off just 6 balls. balls. That is not what they needed. Now well and truly getting into their tail end. Pushed out, and again another wicket off the first ball of the over. I think that is the third one we've had in this innings. Tom Menzies back in the first. Hamish Martin just 6 balls ago, and now Matt Hammond. All 3 of them have taken wickets with their first ball of their respective overs. Matt Hammond happy with that, and the score drops to 7 for 90. Cuts it and goes out there into gully. Just changing up the field a little bit now that power surge is over. Sending Elder out to deep gully. And again, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out on the rope. That one will squeeze through back behind long stop. Can they get to it? Putting everything on it. The rope just gets there ahead. So for a much needed 4 at that as well. Menzies just couldn't quite get there. That required, it suddenly jumped out to 16.11. Here was that 4. It's just sort of sneaked off and out the back. Menzies putting in all of his effort he could, but just wasn't quite there. Now pushes that one out to mid-on. And that is the end of Matt Hammond's 3rd over. The current score, chasing 146. Now comes Tom Andrews from this northern end. And in each of the last 4 overs, NT Strike has taken a wicket. Andrews will be hoping to continue that trend into the 18th over. Pushing that one out now. Hammond there to field it at long on. They squeezed through too then. Smith hoping to retain strike where he can here. As we mentioned, he is somewhat of an all-rounder. And he's gone swinging. He's not going to go down without a fight. That one only gets as far as Silk. As you heard your expert Trent Keep saying before, he's probably not the one you want to squeeze too many runs out of on the field because he can hurt you. But they do need to have a crack here. Just a single there. That one goes up. It'll hit the ground in mid-on, and it's taken there, or mid-wicket. Fielded there by Silk. Just another single. They've pushed it out in that direction again. He's just picked a spot between the 2. They've managed to cover it though. Hammond up to Silk and then back into the bowler. And suddenly it's jumping ball by ball, that required run rate now up to 18.86. That one's gone long. It's found a gap between the 2 fielders. Picking it up here, Dry Allman. And that looks like that might be game. No. It's caught and bowled there. The other batsman just walking very close to meet up with his runner. I thought we might not have had a 10th batsman coming out, but it is Jake Smith who's gone. Caught and bowled there by Andrews. Little fanfare made of that one. NT strike, hoping to get the job done now. Not quite over yet, but you'd think it's getting pretty close with the maths starting to play a role in it. Andrews, as we said, caught and bowled off his last ball of that over. So the trend continued. 1 wicket from each of the last, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 overs. The 2 remaining men, Lewis Evans, currently on 2 off 4, and Sam Skelly, who will be, he'll be starting at the bowler's end of the crease here. But that is a tail to tape, a top score of 24 to Tom Hogan. Coming in second is Zach Marin with 20 off 19 and Zach Keogh 19 off 14. They probably were the 3 danger men of the innings. They just couldn't quite get fired from the start. And as soon as either one of those 3 really started to look comfortable, bang. That was when the wicket fell. They're now left with the final 2, Sam Skelly and Lewis Evans. Looks like they will be here facing Jai Ullman. Not a bad start there. They pushed it well into the outfield. That one to extra cover. Young right arm medium. Oh, geez, popped it out. That will be game over. So the ACT Comets, they just couldn't quite get a run on, and they bowled out 10, I should say, all out for 105. I think that is the same score, if not one less. No, it's one less than their score against the Melbourne Renegades in the last game. So trending in the wrong direction. But NT strike in the end, ultimately too good in the field. Really well-rounded performance from all of them. Carroll, he was the top scorer with 55. And then I think Tom Menzies with 3 wickets, probably the pick of the bunch of the bowlers. But as you heard, 1 wicket in each of the final 6 overs it was in the end. That was enough to send the ACT Comets packing. Formidable effort in particular from Tom Hogan, but from this young ACT Comets side, you heard Trent keep saying that Hogan is probably a name you want to keep an ear out for going forward. He managed 24 off 28. Zach Marin, the second most damaging, 20 off 19. But ultimately, it hurt losing their 2 openers, Issam Rahman and Nick Allen, for just 2 runs combined. And too many of their batsmen there just had more balls compared to the runs they were able to grab. Jake Weatherald with that final catch, and Jai Ullman, he finally got his first wicket of the competition in his first game with the last ball of the game. Hamish Martin, he was another one who was pretty handy. He got 1 wicket LBW and 1 wicket stumped. And so the NT strike side, there are those bowling figures. 3 wickets to Menzies, an economy of 3.33. Connor Carroll as well, just the 1 over, but 3 runs conceded from it. Otherwise, 2 wickets went to Tom Andrews and to Hamish Martin. Singles to Darcy Short, Matt Hammond and Jai Ullman. And those final 5 wickets, those final 6 wickets all just fell within 25 runs of each other. So there wasn't much left that the ACT Comets could do. NT strike just too good in the end. So there you have it. In the end, it is NT Strike who have ended up winning by 40 runs. That is game 14. Connor Carroll and Tom Menzies, the two superstars of Game 14. NT Strike remain undefeated. ACT Comets, well, they are still chasing their first win of the Top End Series 2025. Not quite halfway through yet, but plenty more cricket coming over the next 6 days here in the Top End. We hope you enjoyed today's game and enjoy the rest of the cricket.
For more updates, subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Download 𝗃𝗵𝗴𝗲 app to enjoy exciting games and highlights. Visit 𝗃𝗵𝗴𝗲.com.